It's a fact that's been proven time and time again, sir. I mean, that's why our order is so strong, for better or worse. Uh,
He notes you said that.
oh, does he now?
What's on your mind, Jericho?
uh, I had an eventful few months or month, however long it's been since we've been back here. Um, it's been an eventful few months, John. Uh, lots happened. Met some new comrades, some new friends. Served under a new captain who is certainly not lacking in passion when it comes to slaying dark ones, which I appreciate. Saw the owner again.
He nods. See,
Curious if you know anything about that.
I'd heard after everything happened, but guess I wanted to believe it wasn't true.
How much
And,
did you hear?
oh, she sided with someone calling themselves the heir of Augustine. She she summoned spectral friends.
Yeah, this this last time was the second time I've seen her since all that happened. Uh, had to do with that bright flash, however long ago it was. Uh, yeah, it's hard to track time. Um, I don't know how much of this I should be sharing, but something happened. Uh, John, do you know, does does the name Prismatic Covenant mean anything to you?
Can't say it does, but give me a little bit of info. I can ask some folk.
They're an ancient order with some kind of connection to dragons, some kind of connection to God, I believe, as well. As a as a Cathar, I didn't know if you had any insights.
Well, I freely admit I probably should, but I've always been more hand to plow than book to nose.
You and me both.
Tell you what, gonna be around for a little while.
I think so.
I'll talk to some people, see what I can find out.
Thanks, John.
Hey, it's no problem at all. See, grabs the rest of his stuff and puts it back on. You doing okay though?
I am. I have I have direction again, and thankfully the strength to head in that direction. But It's a difficult path, and I need help.
Smartest thing I've ever heard you say.
Well, give me some credit. I'm sure I've said some smart things in the past.
There's nothing smarter than realizing you can't win the war on your own.
Well,
But
it's,
don't forget to take some breaks along the way. Remember what you're fighting for every now and
I've promised myself I'll never forget. That's why I'm worthy. Thanks, John.
then. In time, Jericho. You take care of yourself. I'll see you around.
Give him a nod.
Oh,
Coolest
and
fucking captor in the
Jericho,
world. What?
be careful. I saw some bolts getting shot out that way not too long ago. I'd hate for you to catch a stray.
Just look up like I'm about to be dive bombed by a bird. I oh, coolest fucking guy in the world. All right. Yeah. That's that. And that said, I do need to go find Mr. Riker, but we can go to someone else first.
So yeah, well, I asked, do any of you do anything in sort of the meantime?
Hmm. We still don't have our rings. So Clint will ask of his watchman present. Can you guys go get Bradford? Meet us at the kennels. And if you can. Says he's looking he says it to the air, but he really is looking at two. If you can, try to swipe his ring off him and tuck it away somewhere.
Got it.
I'm gonna do the same for Carolyn. Or maybe he looks at Gregor. Maybe two can go get Bradford and you can help me do it, Carolyn. I'm sure she'll have a lot to vent about. And
No.
who conjures Mage Hand? My boy always have been good with this.
No, you have.
Trying to have a private conversation. As the commander said, we should get a sense of what our peers think.
Alright.
Either way, that'll be Aiden.
Gregor will head out.
So Bradford, what
Yeah,
would you and
Chew's gonna go
Erica
get
be
Bradford.
doing?
There was two different people talking. What was happening?
What would you and Erica be doing in the meantime?
I don't know. Should
Okay,
answer.
I got you. Let me lead you in. Then.
Yeah, sure.
As she is at this table, sort of putting together these this beaker that she's adding instruments in, measuring the heat, changing the temperature, adding small little drops of other tonics into it. She just says, "Oh, just wait. You just wait. I'm gonna show you."
I imagine he just has. Is she like talking to him, or is she just like talking to the ether and he happens to be nearby?
No, it's definitely to you.
Okay. I imagine he just has like his like arms crossed and like a sense of disbelief, but also is very interested in the process because he's also still trying to figure this out.
Mhm.
Actually, could he
Mhm.
try to figure what she's doing before she finishes it?
Absolutely. Roll me a alchemist supply.
Alchemist supply. I think I got that. What stat do you think this would be? I feel for
Wisdom.
her it's intelligence. It's wisdom.
Absolutely wisdom.
Normal. That's not good.
Yeah, you do pick up like the distinct and uh unmistakable smell of lavender.
My gut
But as to
instinct
what
is
else
she's
she's doing.
perfume. I'm as Garth. I'm trying to figure what the hell lavender is used for. Sorry, go on. I keep talking over you.
As she finishes the last bit of it, she's like, "Okay, now we just need to let it sit, or is it rest? What's the word they use?
Wait, simmer.
No, not simmer. I'm letting it sit so the flavors finish mixing."
So the flavors. This is a very interesting leaf to turn for you.
There's a word for it. It's so stupid if cooks have their dumb words. Rest. I think it's called rest. Whatever.
Is it
Doesn't
steeping?
matter.
I, as Garth, genuinely don't know what the word is.
It's when you cook a steak, you don't serve it immediately. You let it sit
Right,
for a
so it
second.
like cooks
Rest.
itself.
It is.
It is just rest.
That's not for the steak cooking itself, so it reabsorbs its juices.
Mhm.
Oh. But it's self-marinate or whatever.
Oh, I just reloaded my. Gosh dang.
Waiting for Oda the Spirit. There it goes.
As I verify that I am indeed a human. So, tell me, how is your about half a year now been?
Oh, it's actually been a very long time that you say it out loud.
3 months, 4 months, something. Who keeps track? Who cares?
I'm surprised you don't. Okay. It's been a long period of time. What are things that you would actually potentially care about? We turned a pig squirrel thing into basically a biobomb. And poisoned a giant bat.
She's sitting back looking at her nails while you start talking, just immediately leans forward and puts her fingers touching all together.
Fucking immediately.
Go on.
And she would go on to describe the more sciencey aspects that Garth has no clue about. Probably describing all the absolute grotesque stuff of just like, oh yeah, new pustules with like some weird ooze would come out every few minutes.
Oh my god, it's fantastic. You had to levitate it across the water.
Yeah, we didn't want to poison it too early.
Oh, that's...
I wanted to try and keep one so you could play with it, but they also said that would be extremely dangerous to keep around still.
Who said it would be incredibly dangerous?
Every single person that I talked to about it. And also, myself, I did think it was actually pretty damn dangerous.
She looks at you like, E2?
I have to be honest, it's a living biohazard. You can probably make one in a week anyways.
Ugh. I mean, isn't... She just has this genuine smile on her face as you say that. Isn't poison wonderful?
It certainly has a charm.
No. Think about it. She taps the side of her forehead. Think.
Think, Bradford, think.
In what world do we, as small little things with our sharp little knives, fight against a giant monster like that?
A lot of people say, unfortunately, this one.
It's beautiful. That's what poison does. It makes us equal.
Levels the playing field. Okay, I get where you're coming from. A bit.
You would never look down on a snake in the wild because you would think it might poison you. But yet there it is.
Yeah.
slithering on its belly, only capable of a fraction what you are.
Have you always been so interested in waxing poetic?
She like stops. It's done.
It's not the bad thing.
Yes.
No, it's fine. No, I ruined it. I ruined the moment.
All right, Bradford. She puts it in a mug. Drink up.
How much would he hesitate? There would be like a fraction of a second of hesitation where he's like trying to think of, is it poisoned? And they would think, if it is poisoned, it probably wouldn't be enough to kill him. Probably.
She gets a small smirk on her face as you do that. That's good. That's the appropriate response to have.
Okay, fair. He would like taste it. He wouldn't like down the whole thing, but he would give it a sip.
So, how does a 36 taste?
A 36?
It is a mixture of lemon, lavender, and green tea with a little bit of jasmine and hibiscus in it.
Very herbal.
Cooked in a way in which all the flavors blend into one. But with your refined palate as it is, you know it's missing something.
Does he know what it is missing?
Roll an insight and do so with advantage.
I can roll an insight with advantage. Do I add anything to this? Insight and advantage and damn it, Bradford. I have my ring still.
You do. Look at you go.
It's slightly better.
17. So this is like your jam, right?
Actually,
it is made.
I'm sorry.
So precisely to the strictest of formulas to produce the most optimum outcome. And as such, just like any video game that you get too good at, you breathe the phone right out of it.
She min-maxed tea. It's missing heart.
I think that's a fair way to say it.
That's probably exactly what he says. Like, he tastes it, he lets it sit for a second, and just... Oh, no, he has a -1 charisma. He just blurts that out. Like, it's missing heart.
Her confident smile fades.
Well, okay,
that recipe was perfect.
It is. It's mechanically, ingredient-wise, everything is perfect. You went to all the right places. You got all the right things. You put it for exactly the right time. But it's missing heart. Not literally. I'm gonna clarify that real quick. It's not. You don't need to chop up a heart and put it in there. It's missing soul, passion, feel. It's not just putting the chemicals in the right way to make the best outcome. It is an art form. And it's very annoying to describe.
That's
dumb.
No. It's not the stupidest thing I've ever heard in my life.
Oh.
Because it's a science.
Mm-hmm. You know how you were just
what
telling me to think? You're not thinking, you're feeling. I wouldn't add any one ingredient. Not something that I could have you seek out. At least not something that's more physical. You have to add yourself. You have to understand why every ingredient to the exact tea, to the exact gram, is in there. Not because they make the best flavor wise, but why you want to put it in there. Why you have a desire to put it in there. Because I've had plenty of people make mechanically worse teas than this. But it feels more homey, because it's something they made in the village. It reminds them of a campfire, because they learned it with a friend while camping. Sure, you could substitute it with pine needles or, I don't know, mead, if you felt like it, but because it doesn't have the story there, it's not the same.
She just looks down at the tea.
He does take a sip.
Goes over to her set, opens out this small little container she has that looks like a field container. And pulls out this little flower, or this little leaf, shaped like a mint, that's red in the middle and white to the outside.
Does Bradford have any idea what that is?
Yeah, do you have nature?
I have it trained.
Yeah, roll it with advantage.
I can do that with advantage. Scan. I will have 15s and 17s, and that is all, please.
Sage blossom.
I feel I've heard that before. Oh wait, can
Maybe.
can I add this to nature checks? I feel like I ask this every single fucking time and the answer's no. Nope, I can't. Sorry, continue.
She takes it, chops it, leaves the stem in as she chops, then puts it to her mortar and pestle, grinds it up, then sprinkles a little on top. Okay. Try that.
Yeah. He will breathe it in deeply and then give it a taste.
It distinctly tastes worse. It has more bitterness to it. But it sort of contrasts with the rich flavor and almost gives like a second tartness to it.
Does it, like... That's a weird question. Does it, like, stir any, like, memories in Bradford's head? Any particular emotion or feeling?
Roll an insight.
I could do that again. And...
Oof.
Yeah, big oof. It's a complex emotion.
But you see she's now drinking a cup as well.
I'll ask her then. It's like, so how... I feel like a therapist. How does it make you feel? What's it remind you of?
Tastes bitter now. Sage blossom was the first herb I learned about. We had them growing up around our backyard. And I always noticed how the ants would stay away from it. So whenever they go on their little columns, they'd always take a wide berth. I guess in a way. Roll a persuasion.
I can. Well, it's a +1. This is the good roll. It's a good roll. But it has +1. So,
You see her, like, go to say something more, but stop herself. I guess in a way it just felt right.
Mhm.
Felt safe.
Something familiar? Did you use it when you took out the big thing hunting your village? I guess in charge of.
I did.
I think it
You
does
can
Go on.
you can mask the taste if you put it on meat. It actually makes it a little bit more savory.
I don't think you should. I think mascate in this instance would just kind of like stir the cup to get them to all mix together a little better. Defeat the purpose a little bit. Although that is a very good point.
She takes another sip before setting it down. The interesting thing,
Hmm.
if you mix it in a water compound, it actually has therapeutic property. But if you mix it in a compound of lipids, it becomes incredibly toxic.
Huh. Why does it do that?
The way it binds. I could go into it, but I don't think you'd care. Just understand that when it binds with steric, it becomes sort of like a damaged cholesterol.
Okay.
And the body isn't able to really get rid of it. So it just sits there and grows and grows and grows the more you ingest. Till eventually you start shutting down.
Because everything is blockaded.
Precisely. You see her just saying this, and then she sort of stops. And this is about the time Sue and Gregor would get here.
I think it's just two.
Oh, just two.
Yeah, I think
Okay,
Gregor's going to
two
kennel.
showed up.
gotcha.
Yeah, divide and conquer.
Just two walks in, looks around, just like, am I interrupting something here?
I mean, yes,
Oh
but it's not
gosh,
going to stop
golly,
you.
no. I was just heading to bed.
I like her.
Good night,
You,
Brad.
you got a good one.
Good night, Erica. Yeah, no.
Hey, I need you to come with me to the kennels.
As she leaves, he's just kind of looking over where she left, and then turns over to respond. What's up? What you need?
Just come with me. Just follow me, okay? Like he'll look right directly in your eyes when he says that.
Hmm. He squints because you're being suspicious, but he's also usually a pretty trusting-ish guy. He likes to try and trust people. He's gonna take a cup of tea to go, though. He pours himself a cup and then stands up. It's like, all right, lead the way then.
I'll stand in the doorway and kind of point you through it, and as you walk through, I'm gonna try to swipe your ring.
Go for it. He probably has his thumb hooked in a belt loop or something, so you can probably get pretty easy access to it. Oh my god, he doesn't have a
Real
chance.
dad hour pros.
Goblin God.
Dude, can I even try to detect that, or is it like, no, he's got it?
That's pretty good. I mean, how distracted with that conversation would you be?
He would definitely still be thinking about it. He is not super focused.
Do me a perception with disadvantage.
Absolutely. Let's turn on that, because technically it would just apply to any roll. This disadvantage, it doesn't particularly matter, because yeah, I think with like a 20 he could get that. Or no, there's a few numbers, but he didn't get it.
I will find like a vase or like a wooden barrel to put the key in for the ring in for now.
Just shove it back in the teapot.
So you head over